Hey, what's going on? AntStill BBQ. This is Anthony here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Killer Hogs The BBQ Rub. I'm sure you all probably seen Mr. HowToBBQRight on YouTube, on Instagram, all of that. So he makes a great product. He always is grilling the coolest thing, and I wanted to check out his product. So let's see how it did on our slab of ribs. Stay tuned. All right, so for this video, I took the BBQ rub, put it all on my spare ribs. That's actually been marinating for about a night and a half, just in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator, ready to throw on the grill. So my ribs are ready to go. We're gonna do our usual. We did a snake method on our fire, and let's see, snake method. What else? We're gonna smoke this for like 2 hours. So we're gonna check it around like the hour and 15 mark, see how it's looking, but this is going to be a pretty standard cook for us. So let's go ahead and take those ribs, throw it on the grill, and get those things to smoking. So while we're waiting for our ribs to cook, what I really like about the rub so far is the color. So that's the main thing that stood out to me. You can see it has like a deep red, which, I really love when the bark on my ribs come out like that deep red, smoky color. So I know that's gonna help. It has a lot of paprika in it, I see. But the contents of the ingredients, if you see, it has like some sugar, brown sugar. So it's basically a nice mix between that smoky, kind of salty flavor with the salt, obviously, and a little bit of pepper, but also the sugar. So that's how I like my ribs, honestly, and most of my barbecue, a nice mix of sweet and salty and smoky. I love that, mix of flavors, and it seems like that's what they're going for with the seasoning pack. All right, so we're pretty much at the 2 hour mark. So let's go ahead and take a look at these ribs and see how they're doing. Looking really good. So you can see we kept a good bit of that red, kind of mahogany color. Great bark on there. Got some nice pull back on the bones. So overall, this is a great slab. We're gonna get the meat probe in to see where it's temping at, but I can tell these are done. We could just keep letting these smoke, or we could take them off. But let's go ahead and hit it with the probe to see what our temp is looking like. Oh yeah, so our ribs are looking real good. As you can see on the bark, looks great. Temping high, so those ribs are good to go. When I was putting in my probe, it went in real smooth, so you can tell that meat is real tender. Bones are starting to pull back. So we know this is ready to go. Let's see how our barbecue rub held up for this smoke. All right, so our ribs are done and we're ready to do our taste test. So they were on a total of 2 hours and like 15 minutes, just straight dry rub. You can see how that smoke, really got in there well. So let's see what our verdict is. So, that's a good one. So what I know initially is that the sweetness really comes out immediately, which I really like. I like a sweet kind of barbecue. The smoke from that mesquite really got in there, so I'm tasting that as well. It's got a nice salt, but it's not too salty. And a good, peppery finish. Overall, this is just a good rub. I mean, I like how it made, my ribs look just from the outside. I like the initial sweetness that you get when you bite into it. overall, this is just a really good rub. I can see why it's the BBQ rub. This is definitely like a good all-purpose for anything, you know, that you smoke on the grill that's like a pork or something like that. So highly recommend that. I say all that to say I highly recommend it. Yeah, this is one I'll definitely be using and recommending a few people, you know, use themselves, because this is a good go-to. So you tell me what you think if you end up buying it. I love to hear your feedback. Until next time, AntStill BBQ. I'll catch you later. Peace.